Hey guys, Andy here. Been telling some more stories. This was about the time I got a nosebleed and I threw up on two occasions. Well, these are different stories, but this is two stories in one video. So about my nosebleed. This goes back to like 2012, 2013, could be 2013. So when I get home, about an hour later, about 5, 6 o'clock, I think. It could have been 5 o'clock. So I started to feel a little bit dizzy. Out of nowhere, my nose started to bleed. It wasn't dripping, just poured out. For me, I look like a zombie because of all the blood pouring out my nose. According to the doctor, this is important, but for the sake of this, according to the doctor, when I went to the ER, I'm skipping ahead here. According to him, my nose was dry and inflamed. That's uh, that's what caused the nose to bleed. Also, large veins. Doesn't drip. This pours out. So, mom freaked out. I freaked out too because I look like a zombie. Anyway, during like like a half hour maybe, or whatever. It could have been about 7 o'clock at night. I think about that time because mom called for an ambulance. She dialed 911. So paramedics come, even a fire truck came, because if there's like a medical emergency, a fire truck and an ambulance comes. So anyway, I was taken to the ER, the emergency room. I wasn't rushed, thank God, but I used one of my stuffed animals as like a cauterizer just to stop the blood flow. Just they poured out my nose onto one of my stuffed animals. Anyway, when I got there, I read it in the back of the ambulance. My nose stopped bleeding. That's a good thing. My nose stopped bleeding, and I had a habit like picking out the 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 blood crust out my nose. I don't know, that was disgusting, but I, I had to get it off somehow. So I went to the ER. Went to one of the waiting rooms, and they had Wreck-It Ralph on TV, like one of the waiting room TVs. That was the best part. Yeah, that was the fun part because I watched Wreck-It Ralph in the waiting room. Yeah, Wreck-It Ralph was released back in 2012, I think. The first movie. So it was about 10 or 11 o'clock at night when I got called to the ER, on one of the rooms and on the table. So one of the nurses stuffed my nose with like this gel or whatever. I don't know what it's called, but it was like to plug up the blood flow, I think. And they wanted to cauterize the veins. That's not going to happen because on a separate occasion, I think in 2015, I got a similar nosebleed, and they want to do the cauterize the veins. That's like another story, but for this story here, it was about 11 o'clock at night. I was pretty tired because it took a while to give me to be seen, but it was worth it. So this was on Thursday night. Imagine that. When it was midnight, it was already Friday. So the doctor told me my mom that I should stay home for 24 hours in case my nose starts if my when my nose starts bleeding again. So anyway, I got back. It was about 1 o'clock in the morning, and I was pretty tired. I went to racetrack just to get some chips and a drink because I didn't eat on I didn't eat that night because I was I guess I was too busy. I guess I was too busy being seen and whatnot. So when I got home, I just went straight to bed because I was pretty tired. I woke up the next morning. It was about 11 o'clock in the morning. So mom called the school about 8 o'clock, I think. 8 o'clock in the morning. Told them what happened, and I stayed home for the whole day. I stayed home for 3 days: Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And then I came back Monday. I still get nosebleeds often because it gets dry and it's inflamed. Because of pollen and whatnot, it gets up in your nose and it's not good. Yeah, every time I get a nosebleed, I just tilt my head backwards and just pinch my nose like this. So it's like what's that? It's like a improvised tourniquet, like put pressure on to stop the blood flow. Yeah. So shit. Is it recording? Sorry, I had accidentally my phone slipped out of my hand. So anyway, on to the second story. This was about the time that I threw up. Only twice. Once in 2007, once in 2014. The first one was from 2007. I was in first grade at the time. The day wasn't as normal. I think in my first grade class we had Cheez-Its. I love Cheez-Its. I think I didn't I didn't know the cause of my throwing up. I didn't know where it was. To this day, I still don't know. So anyway, during lunch, I was in the lunch line. Out of nowhere, started throwing up. This is a true story here. I am not making this up. If I can go back to ask my 7-year-old self, say, hey, 7-year-old me, did you throw up? I said, yeah. So anyway, I was escorted to the nurse's office, which was about, well, it wasn't far from the lunchroom anyway. It wasn't far. So anyway, I sat there. I was I felt like crap because I threw up. I never threw up before in my lifetime, but now it became a reality. So anyway, one of the kids escorted me to the nurse's station, and one of the another kid got my stuff, and the nurse checked me over, said, "Are you all right?" I think I said to her, "I threw up." See, yeah, you threw up, all right. Yeah, if like a kid throws up, I think yeah, this like to say sand mixture. I think like a I think they use cat litter for that. I think at my school, if like a like there's like a spillage or something like that, they use cat litter for cat litter for that, or like like a crystallized sand or whatever. Anyway, the nurse called my dad up because he was like the primary contact. So thank God I didn't live far. From my house to my school took about like 10, 20 minutes maybe. So when dad came, he was like a hop, skip, and a jump. You had to wait to call my dad, hop, skip, and a jump. So anyway, dad picked me up and I went home. So anyway, I slept in the living room on this fold-out couch, like this pull-out couch. Yeah, yeah, I slept in a pull-out couch. I might get one of those someday. Anyway, um, every time I ate, I I threw it back up. Every time I drank like a Coca Cola, threw it all back up too. I felt like crap that week, and I missed like the 100th day of school and the trip to Zoo Atlanta. That sucked. But it was either that or I would have fed other kids with a stomach bug. I think I got a stomach bug. I think. Yeah, I think I had a stomach bug. Believe it or not. Yeah. So after that, I felt a whole lot better. A whole lot better. Believe me. I thought it was gonna be the last time I ever threw up, but I was wrong. Skipped to 2014. It was Dad, me, and Carolyn. I went to a Dunkin' Donuts in Pennsylvania. I think in Harrisburg. I think Dad ordered a chicken salad sandwich. Big genius he is. I didn't know there was mayonnaise in it at the time, but I ate it, thinking, hey, this is not bad. But oh boy, was I wrong. So like in the outskirts of Connecticut, I think in Connecticut, I think it's like in the New York, Connecticut state line. But a few hours later, I started to feel queasy. I was sweating. I never felt queasy before, but I was wrong. Out of nowhere, oh my god, this is embarrassing. Out of nowhere, I threw up. I felt like a Diet Coca-Cola bottle with the Mentos. That's what I was. Like I was like a Diet Cola bottle with Mentos inside of it. I was like a Mentos volcano of vomit. I threw up into my hat. Big mistake that was, because after a while it dried up and whatnot. Oh god, it smelled of vomit. I got car sick. Believe it or not. God damn it. Anyway, I didn't get mad at Dad or Kelly for that matter because I didn't know either. But still, that was the only two times that I threw up. Never again. I never threw up again in my lifetime because I never ate mayonnaise before, or mayonnaise-based products like Thousand Island dressing, for example. Even the smell of that Thousand Island dressing can make you gag. Even mayonnaise, I hate the smell of it. For for those of you who love mayonnaise, that's fine. Just take it with a pinch of salt because mayonnaise and I think we don't go with each other. I eat honey mustard though, which is based on mayonnaise, but it's good though. It's good. Honey mustard mayonnaise. It's good enough for me. Sour cream, nuh-uh. And cottage cheese, outgrew that years ago. Anyway, that's my two stories. I might tell more stories about my childhood. I might tell one about the time that I went to Chuck E. Cheese. I think I think I'll tell a story about the time I went to a Shoney's. Yeah, the the only Shoney's down in here in Georgia is off the interstate, off of like I-75. It's like it's like right it's like within like distance of the Chat North Metro campus. I've been there once or twice. Once in 2016 and once way back in, way back in 2018. So I might do I might do that story later, or whenever I can. So anyway, I gotta go. Take care, guys. Peace out.